Well, we made it to Friday. How awesome is that? Welcome to another live edition of the Highbury Squad. This is the Lockdown Series, Volume 2, Episode 12 already, ladies and gentlemen. And this is the Arsenal Fan Forum. Hello. Welcome to the house. The entire squad is here. This is how we like to do it when it's the Fan Forum. Good evening, PG. Welcome back.
Hello. I'm so excited tonight because it's all about the fans and what they want to ask us. So, hello, everybody.
And, of course, Super Kevin Campbell in the house.
Oh, yes.
Even I do it now.
Exactly. There you go. I tell you what, it must be, chicken sink must be rubbing off on you, darling.
Chicken sink. Absolutely. Brilliant. Well, look, everyone, you throw the chicken sink at us tonight. You can ask us anything. Anything goes. It does not just have to be football related. You can ask us if we wear colour. There she goes again, putting YouTube on when we're on air.
I am so professional. It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Listen, let's just get stuck right in. I have one here. This fella didn't know you were going to be on, Amanda, so his message is just for KC, but here we go.
Sophie.
Hold on. Technical glitch.
Sophie, Super Kev, I hope you're both doing well. George here. Super Kev, it's been a while. We're going to have to get a beer when all this craziness is over with. Sophie, doing a great job. Really, really enjoying it. My question is, who do you think would be doing a better job right now with this squad? Arsene Wenger or Arteta?
Listen, I thought I'd get this one right out of the way. And
can I just say something?
Light the chat room up.
George is lucky I like him because he forgot me. But hello, George.
He didn't know you were on.
I know.
Yeah, he didn't know. Yeah, that's
yeah. All right, Super Kev, you answer that one for old Georgie boy.
Well, I think it's a tough one because Mikel Arteta has had a little bit of success with the team. He's had to obviously change quite a bit. He's had to change culture. He's had to get click out of the club, etc. And he's starting to pick up again. But I think for years, Arsene Wenger has proven that he's got a lot out of a little at times. We've argued, haven't we, about him not going in the transfer market and buying necessary players, but we have seen him do a lot with a little less. So probably at the moment, I'd say Arsene Wenger, but obviously that could change as Arteta moves forward.
Oh, I didn't think he was going to say that, PG.
Nor did I. No,
I'm actually quite surprised by your answer, Super Kev. I thought
you see, there you go. That's how much you know me, and you're my pod sisters.
Well done, George. That was a good question then, because you stumped me and PG. Because honestly, I thought you'd have said Arteta, but
so did
yes,
I.
Yeah. All right, very interesting. Thanks, George, for your question.
So hold on a minute. What does PG think?
Well, I understand why you've gone with Wenger because of experience, yeah. But I would have gone the Wenger of the old 10 years. The first 10 years,
that wasn't the question. Just answer the question. It's a tough one, isn't it?
It is actually.
Which Wenger? Is it the one towards the end of his reign?
No, it's one Wenger. Come on, there's only one Arsene Wenger.
Then I would go with Arteta. No, I loved Arsene Wenger up to a certain period of point. Wenger probably to get us out of this mess, but we're slowly getting out of this mess. So I'm sitting on the fence.
Ask me that question again at the end. Ask me that question again at the end of the season.
Okay, we'll come back to it. We'll just use George's voice note all over again. I'm going to say Mikel Arteta. Something about Wenger. You know, I think we're thinking of him more towards the end versus the beginning and the middle. Okay, here we go. This is the Arsenal fan show, everybody. Look at that. It's FA Cup weekend as well. Don't you wish we were flying our flags at the game? Let's go with this one before we get stuck into some other stuff. This is Zach.
Zach here. The other day it was my birthday and I got an amazing message from Kevin Campbell. Thank you very much. My mum is friends with Princess Guna, and I've got a question for Kevin Campbell. Who was the funniest person in the dressing room when you played for Arsenal? Common Gunners.
Okay, number one, Zach is a future podcast host. Okay.
He's the top kid, by the way. Zach's top class.
Isn't he
quality.
top? He does a little show now with his nana, who is mad on Arsenal. Mad. She's older than me and she's mad on Arsenal. They do a little show after the game. It's so cute. And he really appreciated your message, Kev, to him.
No, that's nice. That's nice. Lovely kid. It's weird because to say funny, do you know who actually was quite the funniest person? And it wasn't a player. It was Theo Foley, bless him. He's no longer with us.
Oh,
he was, you know, that sidekick to George. George was always kind of serious and he liked to joke at times. But Theo was the life and soul. He was absolutely brilliant, Theo. So Theo was the funniest guy around.
Again, I've been stumped. I thought you were going to say something like Paul Merson or just Razor Parler.
No, he was. Remember, Ray Parler coming at the end.
Oh,
so
yeah.
There's different errors type thing.
Of course,
and,
yeah.
But Theo was brilliant with everyone.
Theo really had that lovely Irish charm, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Yeah.
We got lucky. We got to have him on the show, didn't we? That was really special. So, and yes, great one, Casey, for Zach. Well done, nice. Zach.
Yeah, well done, Zach.
Well done, Zach. And let's go for the win this weekend and keep riding that FA Cup train.
Big time.
All right. I have one here which rolls on a little bit PG, and then you could read out a couple maybe.
Okay.
This one is from Louis. He's got two questions, but I'll ask one now and then another one later because the first one rolls off really well. So this one's for KC. Could you keep up with Merson and Parler at the bar? I think you might be digging for a bit of a Tuesday club number here, but KC, could you keep up with Paul Merson and Ray Parler back in the day at the pub?
Yeah, because you weren't allowed to leave, so you had to. You weren't allowed. There was no leaving. Trust me on that.
Is that true? Like you weren't allowed to leave until everyone left? Was that the rule?
Don't go in early. There was none of that. You could forget that. We turned up somewhere all together and then we left as a team as well. It was crazy. Do you know what I mean? So, no, it was brilliant. Brilliant days.
Excellent. Really good stuff. Okay. Let's go to... Let's see. How about we play this one? This is fun.
Hi, Kevin, Soph and Amanda. My question is this. If all three of you were going out for an evening, who would jump into the cab at the front and pay? Have a good night.
We love our Lee.
That's a good one. And that's a no-brainer. It's going to be me, Lee. You know it as well. He knows because I always get in the cab and pay. That's why, that bugger. It's me. Trust me. He knows.
I would make a valiant effort to offer to pay the cab. That's how I roll. I'm not the kind of chick that just gets in the back of the cab doing chick things. Like, you don't have to get the door for me. I'll
Both
jump
of you
in.
are like that, to be fair. Both of you are like
that.
that.
Oh, no, I like someone getting the door for me.
No, there'll be nobody getting the door for you, love. She's on about paying.
Oh, well, no, I like to pay as well.
That's
I think,
what I mean.
on, Soph. You carry on and then I'll answer.
No, I was going to say, I'm just, I'll always offer to pay. And sometimes even when I'm with blokes, I'll call shotgun. I want to ride in the front. But with KC, I'm not sure I'm going to step in front of him to take that seat at the front, PG, if he really wants it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like taking the ball off him when there's a gaping goal right in front of him. Who does that?
And then he throws his toys out. Yeah. No,
Big
well,
time. Sophie.
I've been out for dinner with Casey and Red Nose John.
Red Nose John as well.
And the lovely Shell. And he is the perfect gentleman. But I always offer because I think if someone's going to pay first, then I don't pay next time. It's just the way I've been brought up. I wouldn't just take. No. But I think a lot of women are like that
All
nowadays they'll always offer. That's what I think.
Right. Well,
they should.
very good question. Now, you guys are getting the idea of the fan forum. It doesn't have to be Arsenal related. We can have a little bit of fun. We've got some questions in between here and there. I'd like to welcome someone to the show who's a good friend of the show. Is my gardener here? My gardener's just showed
Oh my God!
I could hear somebody cutting the lawn.
Oh my gosh. This is a good time to bring in Taylor from one of my favorites. This is Taylor from Arsenal, Los Angeles. Welcome to the show, T. How you doing, mate?
You know, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but my gardener's here as well. So we're gonna.
No.
What is
Does
it with
everyone in
LA?
America have gardeners or something?
Hey, this is California, baby. You got to keep that grass green, just like the Arsenal pitch.
Right.
Hey,
Hi, Taylor.
All right, Taylor. This is all about you, mate. You take it away. You've got some questions for us. By the way, loving the shirt. Now, you wear that shirt well. I wasn't a fan of it, but you're rocking that shirt.
Thank you. I tried.
I love your earrings. Are they earrings?
You told me that the other day. Yeah.
Yep.
They're cool, aren't they?
I love them too, yeah. It's got style, Taylor. You're smashing it. Right.
Wow, I should come on the show more often. So you said it doesn't always have to be Arsenal related, but I got a few fun Arsenal related questions for you. Hello, everyone. So, Sophie, first one's for you. The year is 2033. Martin Scorsese is 90 years old, and he's directing his last film. It is about the Invincibles. It's a biopic. I want to know who is going to play Arsene Wenger.
Wow, that's a really good question.
Henri and Bergkamp as well, if you want to go that far. But who's playing the boss in that Scorsese biopic?
I would like Al Pacino to play Wenger if he was younger. So maybe Dennis Bergkamp, Leonardo DiCaprio. Thierry Henry, I would say someone like Michael B. Jordan. He's so handsome and he's such a good actor. I love Michael B. Jordan. And then Arsene Wenger, that's a tough one.
And what year is this? 2033?
2033.
Bloody hell, they'll all be old.
I know.
Bloody old.
Yeah, they'll all be old. I would say
Harrison Ford.
Well, he'll be dead as well, won't he?
He'll be dead.
2033.
Say that.
Go on, you answer. I've got to think of my Wenger answer.
13 years time. Who's up and coming?
This question also, Scorsese is going to be 90, so I'm being hopeful here.
I like what Sam said. Michael B. Jordan could do Henry for sure.
I like that guy who was in the TV show Friday Night Lights. Kyle, what's his name? And then he was on a Netflix show with a really screwed up family. I'll have to find it for you. But him, the coach in the TV show version of Friday Night Lights. Maybe chat can help me. Christian Bale is a very good shout, by the way. Right, over to you guys.
Ooh.
Is that a question for all of us?
Sure. What about the boss? Yeah, let's hear it for Arsene Wenger. Who's going to play him?
Kev, who do you think?
I have no idea, mate. It's just obviously French. Try and get a French man.
Damn, didn't think of that. I was not casting very well there, Casey.
No, but they can speak French.
They could have a French accent. What about Daniel Craig?
That's a good one. I like that.
Yes, I think that's perfect because he's blonde as well.
The boss Bond.
I don't think Clint Eastwood was going to be around in 2033.
No,
Right.
I don't know.
What do you
not
next?
say that? Oh my God.
Well, it's 2033.
Yes.
PG.
What's next, Taylor? Move on because I'm
How many
feeling.
years?
Okay, here we go.
I love Clint.
All right, here we go. Next question. So in America, we have Mount Rushmore. Do you all know what that is?
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have these 60-foot tall heads carved into the side of a mountain in South Dakota, and it's got Lincoln, George Washington, Jefferson, Roosevelt, right? Who are on our underwhelming Arsenal Mount Rushmore? The four people.
Ooh.
Did you say underwhelming?
Underwhelming Mount Rushmore of Arsenal. And chat, you're not allowed to say William 4 times.
Now or old Arsenal?
Any time. And this is a
Okay.
personal thing because I also want to, preface this by saying all of these guys are tremendous athletes. I couldn't do any of this if my life depended on it.
Okay, so I'll give you my 4. Sebastian Schillaci, Igor Stepanovs, John Devine, and Gus Caesar.
I knew it.
She was so fast too. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I have been around, Taylor, with such players that you just go. And
I can't
actually,
believe you put Gus in the frame.
right, I'll take Gus out and I'm putting Nicholas Bentner in.
Lord Bentner? What's he
Lord
called?
Bentner.
Lord Bentner.
Sylvester, we've got so many.
MK says for Mustafis.
Mustafis.
Give MK a shout out also from Arsenal Los Angeles. Thanks for joining us
Hey,
in
MK.
chat as well, MK.
Oh.
Oh my God, that's awesome. KC, who's on your anti Mount Arsenal Rushmore?
Let's have a
one.
think. If we go back to maybe the 80s,
this is a hard one for KC.
yeah,
I
it's
was
a
going
hard
to
one
say,
for me.
it is.
It's a hard
To
one
even
for me.
do it.
This will be in the Metro next week.
It will.
Kev hates.
Do
Kev
not
hates.
incriminate yourself.
No,
Please
and
assist
it's
if you
not.
need
No,
to.
it's not hates. It's let's go for players who actually have come from other teams, maybe, and not quite done it at Arsenal. That's another
Exactly.
one. So they've got a history. They've got a great history. Petr Cech weren't great at Arsenal. I'll tell you that much.
That'll definitely be in the Metro PG.
Controversial.
No, Petr Cech. No, I said Petr Cech weren't great. I didn't say I'm choosing him. Jesus, please. You see how quick they're quick to jump on me. They're quick to jump on me.
Yeah, I'm back.
Harrods tea.
Maybe
Very posh.
William Gallas. He might be one of them up there for when he went down and was crying at the side of the pitch. Nah, not for me. Who else is there? I think Scalacci was one. PG. That was a good one. Didn't we sign? We signed a lad on loan last season. Who was at Man City as a youngster.
Yeah, but you could pick Sylvester. That was definitely one.
No, hold on a minute. That's your pick. Let me choose. We signed him on loan and he played. I think he played once. The lad last
from
season.
Man City. Who is that?
No, he was at Man City, but he came in from Spain. I think they signed him from Sevilla or something. Dennis Suarez.
Oh yeah,
he
You
could
threw
go
me
on
off
there.
when you said Man City because he came from Spain. But yes, I get the.
Yeah,
route
he
you
was at
took,
Man City before that. Yeah, he was at Man City before that, and
There we go. Right there.
probably Sonogo.
Oh yeah.
I thought Sonogo was going to hit the ground running, but it didn't quite work out for him. So that's my 4.
Okay, my 4. I will say Scalacci has to be one. Who was the player we signed? Having a brain fart. The Asian player that came with so much hope, and everyone thought he was going to be like our Asian superstar, and throw us into the Asian market. And
what in the moto?
Rio.
Yeah,
Rio.
that's it.
Yeah.
Inamoto.
Chat's on fire, you guys. Well done. Like it's
Inamoto.
Friday, we're tired.
Yeah,
okay,
Inamoto, yeah. I played with Inna at West Brom.
He took the words out of my mouth, Gervinho, only because I was so bummed that when he went to Italy, he was actually really good. He's been good in Italy, but he was terrible for us.
It's funny you said that. Oh, go on, Kev.
No, I'm just saying, it wasn't that quite ironic. He comes to Arsenal, he doesn't do it. Look what happened with, Gnabry. He's at Arsenal, he goes away, and then all of a sudden he gets world class. Remember, there was a problem developing these youngsters back in the day.
Yeah,
so Arsenal.
My other one. How many do you have? One left or 2 left?
4. You got to do 4.
2 left. Is it 1 left? You got 1 or 2 left?
Francis Jeffers.
Oh,
Yeah,
you can understand that one.
Yeah.
We've had so many.
And I have one more. I think I have one more, and no one's going to like this.
Oh, here we go.
Pepe.
Oh,
no, but you could understand. You could understand.
Yes,
because he hasn't done it.
Yep, it's on the average.
Underwhelming. It's underwhelming.
It's underwhelming.
I think if he went somewhere else, he would.
The reason
Maybe.
I thought about this was because my dad's Armenian, and so when Mkhitaryan signed, I was over the moon, and I really wanted him to do well. And we went on to Italy, and he's doing great at Roma. Yeah.
I always liked Mkhitaryan because he gave his all. I always liked him. But
yeah, and he's a really nice fella as well. When he came to LA, he was very nice to when I saw him with fans and interacting.
That is a true statement right there by Mars Gunner.
Yeah,
The shirt can weigh heavy on some players. It's not for everybody. I'm telling you, you're looking from the outside and you think it's easy playing for Arsenal. It's not. I tell you.
It's not. All right. Do you have one more for us, Taylor, before we let you go?
Let's end it on a fun one. So, Arsenal win a game, but the 8-track or the record player that they're using for Sweet Caroline is not working. So you have to pick a new song on the spot. What's it going to be? What's our victory song?
Do we win? Have we won the game?
Yeah, you win the game.
Won the game. No Sweet Caroline.
Oh my gosh.
Respect Neil Diamond. I'm not trying to slag him off.
The day that this could actually potentially happen would be the happiest day for me. Because why do so many people play Sweet Caroline? What is that?
You know what song I'd choose?
Something funky.
Is it Rosala? Everybody free, feel good.
Yeah. Everybody is free.
Feel good.
Feel good.
Feel good.
I must sing.
Tempo.
Mine would be Queen, Don't Stop Me Now. I think that's the title.
Beautiful. It is.
Don't stop me now because I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball.
Go on, PG, take it away. We'll start jamming here. I'll get my guitar out. Where is it?
No, apparently I have the awful voice ever. So I'm not.
No.
I thought it was lovely.
Oh, thank you, Taylor.
Mine would be Don't Stop Believing. Don't stop believing.
Yeah.
All right.
Because we need a little bit of journey in our lives, don't we? And also
we need all the help we can get.
We can need all the help we can get. We have to believe.
Brilliant question.
What's yours, Taylor?
Victory song?
Yeah.
Ooh, I hadn't even thought about it. Probably I always think of cliche songs like We Are the Champions, but I don't really want that. I want like Jump Around. Jump around.
Yes.
Jump around. Jump up,
you know what's funny?
Yeah.
Why don't we have
That's my song.
Who Let the Dogs Out?
There you go.
Could you imagine that?
Oh my God, too funny.
Could you imagine that? Oh my God.
Someone wrote, there was someone who put up We Didn't Start the Fire. This one, John
We didn't start the fire.
Yeah, that's a good one. Very good one. Blaze of Glory, Sex Pistols. We got Simply Red. Taylor, you smashed it. Brilliant question.
Well done, Tay.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on the show. Take care.
Bye, Taylor.
We'll see you on our next US show with the gang sometime soon. All right, mate. You take care now. Safe. You too.
Yeah.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Taylor smashed it, you guys.
Excellent questions. Some interesting ones. And that Mount Rushmore one, I tell you, he's going to cause all sorts of controversy.
Good luck. Good luck with that, Casey.
We're not the famous ones. You are. Kevin Campbell, hybrid squad in the Metro.
Yeah, we'll just blame the Americans.
What about it? What about it?
He's great. Taylor smashed it. Yeah, your boy smashed it, MK. Absolutely. Next time we'll get MK on and stuff. Well done, Taylor. Absolutely. All right, let's move along here. Does anyone hear an echo when I'm speaking?
No,
I hear an echo. All right.
Perfect sound.
Awesome.
Should I do a voice note?
Yes, babe.
Right, hold on.
Oh, that's true, James. He looks like Adam Lambert. That's true. Right. That's a good one. I like that.
Right, let's do this one. I think you'll all guess who this is. Hold on. I can't play mine.
Hi, Highbury Squad. BG's dad here. Got a couple of questions to ask, if I may. Firstly, to Super Kevin Campbell, what was the best goal you ever scored for us? Who was the best manager you ever played for overall? And what was the best Arsenal game you ever played in? And to the lovely Sophie, why do you support Arsenal?
Good question. Why do any of us support them these days? Oh.
That's my dad.
Is he digging you out, Soph? Is he digging you out?
No, I thought that, but no, he loves her.
I know he's not. I know he's not. Come on, Jesus.
Oh my God, hilarious. Well, growing up, I did enjoy a little bit. Who didn't enjoy watching Liverpool a little bit growing up, right? But the reason is because my cousins are really my generation, and my uncle, God rest his soul, my uncle Zach. and family. And my dad was a Man United supporter. My sister's a Man United supporter, and my brother is a Tottenham fan. It's so weird how that's happened. So then the younger my brother was probably the only Tottenham fan of that generation, but in the younger generation, there's a mix between Spurs and Arsenal fans. Family dinners when it was North London derby or weekend barbecues, horrific. I mean, we couldn't really, it'd all kick off all the time for sure. Our WhatsApp group always kicks off. Last year we had a massive argument on WhatsApp. Probably I started it. I mean, I don't know, maybe. But anyway, yeah, that's how. So I'm a glutton for punishment, just like everybody else.
Go on, Kev. You got to answer it now.
Well, my best. I can't pick a best, but I pick my favourite. Was my first goal at Highbury, North Bank, in front of North Bank. Having stood on the North Bank and been to games as a kid, it's something you dream about, isn't it? Scoring in front of the North Bank and going up and celebrating with them. And it was against Nottingham Forest at Highbury, and I was lucky enough to score the third goal. And that was my favourite goal because it was got me up and running at the club, which was great. Best manager by a country mile was George Graham, because not only was he a good manager, he was a teacher, proper teacher, educator of the game, and he taught us youngsters so much about the not only the club but about football and how to be flexible in your game. And if the worst came to the worst, if someone got sent off, could you then go and play somewhere else, having understood what I've said to said player over there, and it's not about you? Could you still digest that information, and I make an adjustment, and you go and do what I've told him? And that came up so many times. Not that we got many players sent off, but he was able to adjust. And at times, as you know, there was times I played wide left, there's times I played wide right, there's times I played through the middle, etc. So we could be a bit more flexible. So that was good. And the last question was, what was the last one?
Favourite manager, favourite game, and favourite goal.
Favourite game. My favourite game is the FA Cup semi-final against Spurs, the revenge.
The revenge.
Yeah, the revenge, because the first one hurt that much. We were walking it in the league, got to play them in the semi-final, and everything went against us on that day. And that was really painful. I got friends who never went to work for like a week, stayed at home. You know, nobody could ring them, or there was no mobile phones there, so nobody could ring them. You have to leave them alone. And we got the opportunity 2 years later, and we ended up beating them at Wembley. And that was my favourite game. It was more important to me, that one, than the final, weird enough.
Are you talking about the donkey that won the derby?
Of course I am. What do you think I'm talking about?
Because
She's
there's a
helping
lot of
the
young
audience.
people. There's a lot of people on here that won't know what game you're talking about because they weren't even born.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I was there.
I could only be talking about one game. The fact that they're too young isn't my concern at the moment. Thank you very much. I've just got her answer. I've got her answer for your old man, and it is that day at Wembley, because you know what? The relief from the team and the fan base was brilliant.
I love hearing someone say "old man." You don't really hear that. My old man.
My old man.
It's so
I've never called him my old man.
Well, we do like your old man. And that was a series of great questions from Mr. Kelvin Lewis. Thank you so much for sending those in. Not PG. You must be very proud, eh?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Now that I'm looking for a note from someone because it follows on. I've got one for you guys. Okay. Johnny Boy, KC, you lived the dream we all had. And look what we've got. Here's another one for you guys. You ready?
Hi, this is Johnny Boy. Quick question. Any plans to have Phil Vickery on as a guest? He's just such a great authority on South America. Love the show. Johnny Boy out.
We love Johnny Boy. Very good, Johnny Boy. You did good with that one. I'm a huge fan of Tim Vickery. In fact, I used to get to talk football quite a lot with him when I was doing the live daily show here in the US called World Football Daily. Got him on an older podcast previously. And yes, absolutely, our Brazilian contingent grows. And we have a huge influence, obviously, at the tippy top of the executive mountain in Brazilian too. So good idea. We will reach out to Mr. Vickery and have him on the show. Nice. I like that. PG, what have you got next? Anything?
Why don't you play a video?
All right, then. How about we play, let me see. This is the Arsenal Fan Forum on the Highbury Squad. This is all about you, the supporters. Look at you all. Look at us with the way we used to live, the way we were. Gosh. Seems like we're so far away from that. But you know what? Through this podcast and through the lockdown series, we're very much together. I have one from Axe.
Hi, guys. Akil Vyas here from the Arsenal Supporters Trust. I guess my question is around the upcoming game at Southampton in the FA Cup. How tempting is it to rotate? And how much importance should we be putting on this game? Considering we've got them again in a few days' time, you know, every Premier League point at the moment is absolutely vital. But at the same time, the FA Cup is just, you know, the FA Cup and the Arsenal just go hand in hand. But I do think this is one of the toughest ties we've actually had in probably, you know, a couple of years, especially early on. So what would you do this kind of weekend? Would you look to rest a few players, or would you kind of go full throttle and win and just try and keep that winning run going?
Okay, that is a really good question from a very good friend of the show and the Arsenal Supporters Trust. Remember, we did that show on the Evergreen series, which you can catch on YouTube with Axe, doing some great things, connecting fans with the clubs. PG, why don't you take this one first?
I understand what he means. To me, at the moment, the league is more important, but momentum is important. So if we win tomorrow, it's another game we've won and we carry on. So I would take it just as serious. Yeah.
What about you, Casey?
It's a winnable game. It's definitely, we're not the same team that they played at the Emirates a few weeks ago, where we were struggling and it could have been 6 losses at home or whatever. So I think we've got to go there. Listen, the squad's buoyant. We're unbeaten in a good amount of games now. And it's time for us to go there and take it to them. So we've got to win the game. So I'd go strong.
Yep, I'd go strong. I'd go for the cup. Every single competition, but the priority, you know, is always going to be what's in front of you. I think Arteta plays it the Pep way. So, yeah, let's go for it. Why not? Right, yeah. PG, what's next? Do you have something for me, or do you want me to keep going?
I'll do a voice note now.
Okay.
Now, this is the lovely Clive AFC on Twitter, who today hit 30,000 followers. And I love Clive. I think he's on the Arsenal Vision pod and he's going to be a guest of ours soon. I did some interviews with him on AFTV many years ago. He's brilliant. I love him. Right, here we go.
Hello, Ivy Squad.
Oh, I'll press something.
Oh, it's technology and PG, Katie. Here we go. Are you ready?
I can't stop it.
This is why she sent me all in the voice note.
No, honestly, you should have taken them all because I don't know what I just did there. 1 second. Let me just turn the volume up. I'll press play.
Hello, Highby Squad pod crew. This is Clive, otherwise known as Clive. I've got a couple of questions for you. One's about Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I mean, I'm so worried about the fact that he could be jogging away his Arsenal career and not showing people how good he could be. What do you guys feel? Do we think we treated him properly and fairly by playing him on his right foot enough? Or do you think the blame lies with the player? That's one question. Another one is maybe for Super Kev, someone that's sat in the dressing room. How do players react when a new player like, say, Martin Odegaard arrives into the dressing room? How do players react to the change in pathways and hierarchies, for example? I'm sure you've got loads of stories about when new players arrive, good and bad. Thank you very much.
Oh, I love Clive and that voice.
Yeah, he's got a great voice.
Oh, it's just
that's a good
brilliant. Question
on the dressing room and getting. That's what we love. A part of our series. Go check it out inside the dressing room. We've got a new one coming up next week. I love to know, be a fly on the wall for those moments. Do we get? Did you used to have to sing a song, an initiation, Casey? Tell us what that feels like being in the dressing room when new players come.
No, well, let's answer the first one first, shouldn't we? Maitland-Niles.
Yeah, Maitland-Niles. What do you think, Kev?
Well, I mean, does it matter what order we answer them in now?
No, I'd like to because
Okay.
I don't want to forget the Maitland-Niles because I think it's an important one because many fans have the same opinion and don't know what's going on. I think Maitland-Niles is a frustrating player for Arteta. I think Maitland-Niles, you could see he has all the attributes to be a really good player. The problem he's got is, I think his attitude in training, on the training pitch, isn't what it should be. And he locked horns with Mikel Arteta last season. And then he came into the team for the FA Cup games. And he done well. And then he kind of played then. But I still think there's Mikel Arteta ain't sure about his attitude in training. Mikel Arteta wants you to put it in training so he can pick you for the games. And I don't think Ainsley Maitland-Niles is that type of character. I think he wants to coast in training and then play the games. And at Arsenal, again, it's a culture change. There's no coasting going on. You've got to put it in. And that's why I think at times he's not being picked, etc., etc. Because is he good enough? Of course he's good enough. He's an England international. But the fact of the matter is that when the manager don't play you, it's not because he doesn't think you're a good player. It's definitely because I think it's the attitude.
I've said this to you lot too. Kev brings up a good point. PG's almost become the jack of all trades and master of none, hasn't he? Really desperately wants to play in that midfield. And attitude is everything. And if he doesn't have it in training, then he's not going to get picked. But I think a lot of Arsenal fans fell in love with him because of how he played towards the end of last season too. And I think every team needs a Maitland-Niles. We need versatility.
I think the same as you, actually. And he probably, because he played so well and then he didn't get in at the beginning of the season, he probably threw his toys out. And instead of just putting your head down and working, again, we don't know anything for fact, but that's just what we're assuming. And I don't think Arteta has much faith or trust in him. And it's a shame because I do think he's a talent. I do. But sometimes talent needs to be nurtured. It can go one way, it can go the other way. And unfortunately,
Pat Rice had a saying, PG. Pat Rice had a saying, talent isn't enough.
Yeah.
Talent is not enough. You could have all the talent in the world. He said, but the guy who works harder than you, the guy who's more committed than you will beat you.
Yeah.
And that's what we've seen with this Arsenal team, funny enough. We've seen lesser teams come to the Emirates and beat us. And everyone's going crazy because look at the talent we've got, but it's not enough.
Would you give him a shot in midfield with Partey? That was one of the questions that came up real quick in chat. Is that high risk? It's not a long-term option for Arteta, really, is it? If he can't get a shot playing at some of these other positions where we've had injuries, he's not going to get a shot playing alongside
He's got
Partey.
to really trust you in there,
Yeah.
All right, the other question. Do you remember what it was?
New player coming into the dressing room. When a new player comes in, I think it's a testing ground because obviously you've seen the player, you've heard about the player, what type of players. Then you want to get them on the training ground because you could say all the niceties, how you doing, you shake each other's hands and all that kind of thing. But the big test is he any good on the training pitch? So when you actually see him on the training pitch and you go at it, that's when you start to realize, well, this boy can play. Or I thought he was better than that. You get the first impressions, but it takes a bit of time sometimes to settle down. But there's always a player knows when you see what a player do one thing, you go, yeah, I know. I could see it. So it's good. It's all a testing because that's what it's all about. It's testosterone, and it's a proving ground.
Do you like all of these initiations? Like they make them sing a song or do something and stuff like that. I mean, it's banter, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it's a bit of fun. It's a bit of fun. And, it's just to get you into the group, really to try and break the ice. It's to break the ice for everybody to see if you'd get up and do it. As many who say, no, I don't want to do it, but they have to get up and do it anyway.
Okay.
And a lot of those actually have been the best ones. The ones who don't want to get up and then they do. So good.
Yeah. I like that. It's fun. Good. It's team spirit, team bonding, and team building comes from all sorts of resources, and doesn't it? So, wow, look at this. I'm not sure we've ever had a listener from Yemen before, but good
Fantastic.
evening to FBJ from Yemen. This is a really good podcast. Why, thank you. My question is, what do you all think about Thomas Souček from West Ham? I think he's a really good player that can fit in well at Arsenal. Super Kev, FBJ in Yemen. How cool is that? Love it.
Lovely. Yemen, absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much for watching us. But I think Thomas Souček is at the height that he's going to go. He's not an Arsenal man. He's a West Ham man. So I wouldn't have him. He wouldn't be part, because he's played centre midfield. He won't be the partner for Thomas Partey. We don't need him. We need somebody with a bit more dynamism, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes. How old is Souček? Do we know? I'm not quite sure how old he is, but yeah, it does seem like I'm tired of taking players, PG, from other London clubs. I'd like to put a moratorium on that. Unless it's Declan Rice, I'll take him. All right, well, look,
we've got more videos. This is exciting.
I'm going to play this voice note. And we finally get to put a voice to the very famous name in chat. Here we go, boys and girls. Are you ready for this?
Right. To Soph, the Greek goddess. KC.
Hold on 1 second. I had to say, this is Newman, everybody. Yes, it's true.
Newman!
Right. To Soph, the Greek goddess. KC, the pink-wigged Arsenal legend, and the adorable PG. Here's my question. George Graham is the best ever Arsenal manager. Chapman second, Wenger third. Gigi and Chapman won titles and left a legacy. Wenger left a dog turd. Who's your best ever Arsenal manager?
That is Newman all over, isn't it? That is Newman all over, that is.
Oh, we're going to have the fingerings at you.
He left a dog turd. Newman has we may have to get his voice to do something on this show.
He's got away with words, hasn't he?
Yeah,
It's really tough, this one, because, George Graham, for everything he gave me in my teenage years, late teenage years, Anfield 89, can never be beaten. But Wenger gave us the Invincibles, the double. You can't say Wenger was, I'm sorry, you can't. But if you had to pick, it'd be tough for me, but it'd have to be George Graham. Just George Graham.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not Mikel Arteta, that's for sure. But
not yet.
Not yet. I don't know.
Couldn't resist that one, could she?
No, I couldn't. Listen, when you, I think the Invincible thing is always going to come up. What's great at the 89 or the Invincible season, or what to go invincible, to win the league, to win it at White Hart Lane, to do all those things. I think that's just so unique and so special. Like, what fans get to appreciate any of that or experience it? It was mind blowing. So for me, I would say Arsene Wenger. I think we already know KC's answer. He literally
let me explain it, because I think it's important why I think it's George Graham. The fact of the matter is, when George Graham came in '86, where Arsenal were, and then where he left them when he finished, was worlds apart. PG would tell you, you could say this, Sophie. We were a languishing team. We were a rudderless ship, not going anywhere. George Graham came in and he started utilizing the senior players, but then he started to really incorporate the young players into a system. And the mentality was to take Liverpool. And he built that team to the point where in '87 we met Liverpool in the League Cup. Don't forget the iconic semi-finals against Tottenham, by the way. And Tottenham at the time probably had a better squad than us. We beat them in over three games. We beat Liverpool in the final. Liverpool had never lost when they scored first. We beat them 2-1. And then obviously '89 comes a couple of years later. Then win another title a couple of years later. Then there's European trophy, there's FA Cup, there's League Cup, and there's a European trophy, all in a short space of time. Arsene Wenger was left the foundation. I know there was a manager in between. Yes, it was in for a season. But the club knew how to win. This is the difference. The club actually knew how to win the big trophies. And yeah, there was a change in the players, and Arsene Wenger done an incredible job. But for me, George Graham was the one who built that foundation with David Dein, obviously before Arsene Wenger era.
Arsene Wenger would never, ever, 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 ever had taken a job to be manager of Tottenham Hotspur. And that is why Wenger will be the greatest manager as well, because he never did that. So I hear what you're saying, Casey, all of those points, and people are saying he won a European trophy and all that stuff. But that does leave a little bit of a tainted taste. Like Tottenham fans would never say Sol Campbell's their best ever defender. I mean, he probably has been down the years, but because he came to Arsenal, never going to happen.
I'll just say one thing here. In 89 at Anfield, that night when we had to win 2-0, if we had to have George Graham or Wenger involved, it would have been George Graham all day long. And that isn't because I've said George Graham. As I've said, he goes above Wenger just. What I feel is what people don't understand, and what Kevin's trying to say is we were awful at the beginning of the 80s. We were a mid-table team going absolutely nowhere. It was boring rubbish. And
Slow
I can say
claps,
that. Yeah,
slow hand claps,
I
everything.
was always slow
Wenger
hand
did the
claps.
same. Wenger changed Arsenal and football. He
Let
took
me
it on
finish.
another
Let me
level.
finish.
No, Sophie. Whoa,
Hold on, both of you. Shush.
No,
Right.
I'm not steady. I'm trying to can't.
I'm getting there. Right. But the point is, he did a much better job with what he had and what he built. What Wenger did was then escalate it a little bit with the invincibles and the doubles. George Graham never won a double, but they both did wonderful things for our club. So it's really hard for the people that are saying Wenger, because if you weren't around in the 80s, I don't think you understand what George Graham did with what he had. That's the point. We were diabolical. And to have us in a final in 87 against Liverpool, who were just phenomenal. And as Rush they never lost the game when Rush gone all this. And we were so the underdogs. And we beat them and it started. So we are very lucky to have had Chapman, to have had Graham, to have had Wenger. I think if we look at it like that, I always try and be fair. Arsene Wenger was phenomenal for 10 years. There's no doubt in that. But for the younger ones, trust me, what George Graham only did to build this club. There's my point.
All right. Very good. Very good responses from everybody. We have a little bit of a differing opinion right there, but, very good points made by many. I'm going to go to a YouTube question now because I didn't do that yesterday, and I am going to get to some questions in chat, you guys. Please stay patient. We have a great crowd in chat tonight. Thanks to everyone who's joining us on the fan forum. This is the show for you. You get to ask us anything. We get to ask you anything too. You can even ask non-footballing questions like, do we wear colour of the week underwear? Who knows? Maybe we do. Do we wear underwear?
Wear underwear.
Okay, so this is from Tejo Kando. Thank you so much for your email. Let us know if you're in chat where you're from, because you didn't mention that in the note that you sent to me. Hey guys, you guys have a fantastic show. I love the team, Sophie, Kev, and PG. My question to you guys is, how did you guys all meet? It sounds like you go way back. Also, Super Kev, I wonder what your missus thinks about you spending every evening in the company of these two lovely ladies. All for laughs. I love the channel. It is my current addiction. We love your current addiction. And this is a great question. Absolutely love it. Right then, who wants to go first?
Okay, so actually, Kev and I met when we were 17. It was 18, junior gunners party, Christmas party. I don't know what it was, but we've got a couple of pictures together and we didn't know each other and we've never spoken since until Twitter. And we got friendly on Twitter. He is the most wonderful, ex-player to communicate with people on social media. As much as I take the mickey out of him, he's an amazing human for doing that. And he generally just talks to anyone that isn't rude and isn't abusive, but can have a differing opinion. And Kev and I have had different opinions on things. And then we hooked up on Twitter, didn't we, Kevin?
Yep.
You know, I asked you to come on the pod. You came on and you've never left.
Drag kicking and screaming, by the way. Drag kicking and screaming, say that.
And how I met Soph was doing the podcast with
Laguna Ramble.
Funny enough, Axe and Giles. Sorry, my brain, I'm so tired. Laguna Ramble. I wanted to do an all-girls pod, and I'd already had 2 girls definitely that were coming on. I wanted one more. And Axe, who was on the video before, recommended Sophie. And I emailed Sophie, and we did it, and it was brilliant. And
that's the show. We did the show.
Yeah, we did the show. And from then on, we've never been apart. The other 2 left us, and we decided to call it the Hybrid Squad, which Sophie thought of in about 8 seconds flat. Even though, do you remember the first time the name that we had for the other one with the girls took about 3 days to decide on? This, she took 8 seconds. I went, I love it. Hybrid Squad, that's it, done. And Kev came on a lot with us all the time, and then did other things, and then was busy, but came on. And now he's just like our resident brother.
I'm in lockdown now, aren't I? So I can't get away from you.
Exactly.
He's caught in a trap.
He's been with us ever since. But that's how we all met. But I looked at our picture the other day, Kev, because I was looking at old pics of when we were 17. And if I'd have looked at you then and gone, right, in 33 years' time, we will be on a podcast together. We didn't even know what a podcast was.
No, we didn't.
I love that. I love what he says is that, you know, it feels like we go back way back, you know, and sometimes it's not about how long you've known people. It's what people do and how they enrich your life and the chemistry. And, you know, we, as you guys have seen, we could have the kind of shows where they're chill and we're all like having a love fest, and then we'll have a big fight. And then, you know, we'll go on WhatsApp and be like, oh, so what are you doing tonight? Or, you know, that's kind of how we roll. We're like a family, right, Casey?
So, yeah, we are. And you know what? Any woman that's going to be with me can't be jealous of these 2 beautiful ladies.
Oh,
bless.
No chance.
And we have to vet her, that's for sure.
And if they are jealous, they won't be with me. I can tell you that much.
They're going.
I love it. I love it. Well, we hope you enjoyed the answer, Teho, and thanks so much for tuning in. Great question. This might be the most.
And if Kev ever gets married again, he's got 2 best men already.
I rock a tux. I can rock a tux.
2 best men.
Yeah.
I mean, she's
we're not gonna be bridesmaids.
She's planning your wedding, Casey. I mean, she's
listen. She can't even plan to get me on air anymore, let alone planning a wedding.
I'm coming on this stag night.
Oh, geez. You probably will be if I got married again. Jesus.
Oh, gosh. Can you imagine? Right. Lee Judge is ordering half a lager shandies. Come on. It's going to have a good old hug.
Oh,
hello.
Him.
Right. This might be the most important question of the night. Let's help Jaden out, everyone. He needs to know, should he have Domino's or KFC?
Right, first of all, Jaden, you don't say tea on this podcast, you say dinner, okay? Because we're not northern and we don't have tea. Second of all, you've got to have Domino's.
Yeah, it's got to be Domino's, because with Domino's you get a little bit the fried chicken. You're just going to get a heavy stomach at the end of the night.
If you're a brother, get the fried chicken, brother. Get the fried chicken. Don't listen to the pizza business.
None of this fried chicken. No.
Get the fried chicken going, bruv. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, absolutely love it. Really good question. Big up from Amsterdam, Shady.
Hey,
welcome.
I love Amsterdam.
Oh, I love Amsterdam.
When I come back, I'm going to come and say hello, Shady.
Shady,
Slim Shady.
I was Shady's dad's favourite player, I think.
Oh, was she?
Yeah, I was, yeah.
Wow. Oh,
we love you, Matty K. Anyway, we got another video, haven't we?
We do. Right, we do. You're right, PG. You're right. So trying to juggle all of this. Forgive me.
I know. You're doing brilliant.
Trying to keep up with everyone. And it's all about you guys. You are the fans. Look at those Gooner flags flying. We have another favourite right here. Here we go.
Yo, big up Highbury Squad. It's Dan Potts here from Same Old Arsenal. Good evening to Sophie, KC, and of course, Amanda, PG. I've got a serious question here. I'm going to ask you, who would you rather have up front for Arsenal? Would you rather have Alex Lacazette and Thierry Henry as a partnership? Or would you rather have Dennis Bergkamp and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang?
Firstly, was that a little wink Dan gave PG there? I think
yes,
it was. Eh?
I saw it. I don't know what's going on here.
I chuckled.
Hey?
Hello, Dan.
Little winks and stuff like that.
We
You're
love our
welcome,
Dan.
Shady. We love Dan. Teas at 4 p.m., dinners at 7, suppers at 10.
Fantastic. Perfect.
I'm putting these in now because I'll lose them otherwise. Good evening to Norway as well. Right. That was a good question. Rub your hands together. PG.
Is that the front four who we have to choose from? Yeah, that's the front four. The two the combinations.
Do the combination again because I forgot.
Henry and Lacazette, Bergkamp and Aubameyang.
Oh.
I mean, it's easy for me.
Go on, you go.
Bergkamp and Aubameyang. Hold on a second. Try saying which one of your children do you love the most.
No,
all right.
Listen. I would go for. I think that complements each other probably more than Laka and Henry, Bergkamp and Aubameyang. I think that goes more together.
Yeah, I was going to... It's a hard one, but because Bergkamp is just one of my favourite players of all time, and Lacazette is really, really giving his all, I think that would be phenomenal. But Bergkamp can play with anyone, just anyone. But yeah, so I think we've all agreed on that one, haven't we? Thanks, Dan.
Yeah.
Good question.
That was a really good question. People in chat letting us know what they think. Henry and Dennis. That wasn't the question, but we've seen that.
Yeah, George.
I like it. Bergkamp, Oba, a little bit of a mix as well, but really good question because they both provide. Listen, you could put.
You couldn't go wrong, could you? You
couldn't go wrong, like,
really.
Henry and Dennis, you could put whatever. It's like Jennifer Lopez in a potato sack. She'd still look sexy. Do you know what I'm saying?
And she'd look sexier out of the bloody potato sack.
Yeah. She just looks sexy, for God's sake.
She'd be sexy in the sack, I'm sure.
The KC would definitely skip podcast night if it was J-Lo in the house. I'm just saying.
If J-Lo was available, she would have to wait until I finished the pod.
With your sisters, yeah.
With my sisters.
Right.
Listen, I lay down that law.
Oh, too funny. Right. Let's see.
Who's got the funniest question in chat? We want really funny questions tonight.
Okay, we've got a few more here. Hold on one second. Do you have any more PG over there?
No, I think I'm done.
Okay, so I have to ask this one from Daryl Finer, who is an Essex boy, innit? Hey, come on.
One of my lot.
Market, let's get a pan of potatoes. Hey. He said,
what am I hearing here?
What is she like?
She's on it today.
All right, mate.
Lack of sleep and not feeling well last night seems to have worked wonders, you guys. It's good. All right, here he goes. If you could have, this is for both of you, if you could have any Arsenal player from history in the current squad, who would it be and why? And what would they bring to the table? He said, I'll start you off. Here's mine.
No, don't say it. Go on.
Okay. All right, I'll tell you at the end. Do you want me to? Shall I say it, or do you want me to tell you?
Go on.
No,
Liam Brady is Daryl's choice.
Right.
So
why would he? So did he not even give the explanation?
Well, he just thinks
he's cheating us. He's cheating us, Daryl. You're cheating us.
He wants it to be more about you guys answering the question than his own. He says Liam Brady. I know, but he did half answer his own question.
Okay,
do you want to go?
Yeah, it would have normally been Bergkamp, but it's not. And I'll tell you why. To suit this team, I think Thierry Henry with Partey and Thierry Henry in the same team with Saka and Emile Smith-Rowe. Oh, my life. So that's mine.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I'm gonna go Tony Adams.
Me too. Easy. True say. Well done. You were the first one. Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner.
By a country mile. we miss leadership so much, not only in the team, in the squad, but in the club. If I'm honest, we miss that leadership. Someone who you could relate to, someone who you can trust while the team plays in the game. So it's got to be Rodgers. Rodgers will be the one. And what does he bring? Not only does he bring leadership, toughness, he'll marshal that defense, and he'll get his goals at the other end as well. And nobody will be able to step out of line. That's important.
Super Kev, I wonder if this is Liverpool's Mark Lawrence saying that we should bring you and Ian Wright back.
I think he's got better things to do.
He's trying to get rid of us. Him.
All right, look, there's some fun questions in chat that I want to get to real quick before I get to another football one. Okay, so let me go here. Give me a minute, you guys. Okay. PG and Sophie, if you had the chance to date Arsene Wenger or Ivan Gazidis, who would it be?
Oh, yeah, Arsene Wenger. I've met them both, and trust me, Arsene Wenger
all day long. Yeah, that one was easy. Okay, here we go. Is another one. Wait. It's got to get it up here. My gosh, it's kind of crazy. What about? Well, George wants Kevin and Ian back. There you go. Tony Adams for leadership. There was another one in here before that. Okay. Top 5 worst hairstyles worn by an Arsenal player. That's a good one. We gave you a couple. Worst hairstyles?
John Jensen.
Was Freddie's hairstyle cool?
No, I love Freddie's hairstyle. I love Freddie.
Freddie was a trailblazer, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, the Charlie Nicholas mullet and all that kind of things. They were brilliant, Graham Ricks perm, Sunderland perm.
Charlie Nicholas, that mullet, that was.
Yeah, it was trendy. People, I've got a picture. I haven't got it, but I saw a picture of Lee Judges with a mullet.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Have you seen it? He's got a mullet. He's got hair and a mullet. Incredible, like Charlie.
Javinho.
Oh,
that was really bad hair. That's a good one, PG. That is it's a top notch. This one's a bit dodgy.
That's the best.
See, we're just going to get it in every show. We're going to get it in.
It's so easy to get that picture into every single show. It's incredible how we can do that. Okay. Right. Someone asking what my gardener eats. I don't know, but I do give him a beer when he comes, and he really enjoys it. That's for sure. All right. Hold on 1 second. I've lost it. It's moving so quickly.
Thank you, Sean.
Someone asking us about being high. We're going to stick away from that one. To get JLo as a guest, sure, fine. We'll arrange that for next week. Why don't we? Hold on. It's coming. Where is it? Oh, man. I don't even remember it now. I'm going to have to get it. If it was someone asking us about James Bond, who out of any Arsenal player of all time would make a great, James Bond? Oh, Seaman's hair was awful. You're right, MK. Good one.
I think Emmanuel Petit could play James Bond.
Emmanuel Petit, huh?
He was suave and gorgeous.
Jesus. This ain't for me. This ain't for me at all. This.
Do you think so? I mean, Dennis Bergkamp really was the smoothest, coolest, ice cold.
He never travelled on planes.
He could never travel. He couldn't. Terrible James Bond. Wow, I screwed that one up.
It'd be a Dutch mainland James Bond. Couldn't go off the mainland.
The hair
James
question.
Bond can't go on a flight. He can't get on a flight, for God's sake.
Come on, we want your favourite.
Shamak.
Sorry, we want
Shamak was a bad one.
Funny.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
right.
Shamak.
I'm looking at your questions. All right, there's this one. So here we go. Morning from New Zealand. Morning to everyone in New Zealand. We love a little bit
New Zealand.
Morning.
Questions come in, guys. We can't avoid answering it because it has been, dare I say, a little bit of a busy January, shipping people out and signing 2 players today. I don't think Odegaard's been officially announced.
No.
So what do we think about the job Edu's doing? PG?
I think he's doing all right. I mean, I was quite pleased. We needed a goalkeeper desperately, and they signed Matty Ryan. So welcome, Matty Ryan, to the Arsenal.
Who's an Arsenal fan as well.
Oh, did you watch that? Honestly, I was like, he just said he feels surreal, you know, and he used to get up. I've got family in Australia that get up at 3 o'clock in the morning like he did to watch us. And when he was saying I get up at 2 o'clock in the morning, I was like, oh my God, he is going to love walking on the Emirates pitch, isn't he? He is going to love it. So
appreciate being at the club, isn't he?
Yeah, that's lovely. And I mean, that is like Roy of the Rovers stuff, isn't it? I don't know if people know what Roy of the Rovers means, actually, because we've got a lot of young listeners.
To the millennials tonight, why don't you explain what Roy of the Rovers is?
Roy of the Rovers is a magazine from the 80s. About
older than that, isn't it?
Comic.
Comic. What did I say?
Magazine.
Oh, magazine, yeah, comic. About a young kid who wanted to play football, and isn't it? I can't remember. And it's like dream come true. So it's Roy of the Rovers stuff. It was called Roy of the Rovers. Just Google it, you'll find out. But anyway, I think he's done all right. But when is it over, the transfer window? What date?
1st of February, I think. Yeah, end of the month, right at the end.
We can't give him any marks. Let's talk on the 2nd of Feb, because then we'll know.
I think he's doing a decent job right now.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you know what? I think there's a lot of people who I don't know what they expect. We're not shopping at Arrods anymore.
No.
We're at Mr. Buy Right at times, and we have to move people out, and we've got to move and shake. I think for the first time in 12 years, we've addressed a centre half and a central midfielder. For the first time in 12 years under Arteta and Edu's watch. Give them a little bit of respect for that. Jeez. Because some of the other experienced managers, which gets levelled at Arteta, who's inexperienced, etc., never done it.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got to be doing something right.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna reserve judgment until at least next summer, you guys. I don't think we can judge yet. Has he done a decent job? No, not too bad, but we've got to get the missing pieces, and they've got to overhaul the squad, keep getting rid of the deadwood, which they've done a good job. So for getting rid of some of the snitches in the house, he gets a 10 out of 10. Here's a question for you guys. It's Danny from a Bergkamp Wonderland.
Oh, Danny.
Sorry, I'm late. My question, who's your favourite ginger player?
Perry Groves. Has to be Perry Groves.
To be Perry Groves. I mean, was there any other ginger player for Arsenal? I don't remember.
Willie Young, wasn't it? Willie Young was...
Willie Young.
There's a pass from... Oh, God, Amanda's going to have to get her teacher book out again and teach the kids who
Willie Young was, in the 70s, one of our defenders. And I think...
Centre-backs,
didn't he take out someone in the Man United 1979 final? Am I in the wrong final?
He used to take people out all the time, Willie.
Yeah. He was a bit dirty, for sure.
Yeah, he was Scottish, and he's what we needed. That's for sure.
Yeah, he had the muscle. Okay, so there's a question that was in here. I can't find it, but it's what do we like to eat when we're watching football? When we're watching a game?
I can't eat when I'm watching football. Not Arsenal. You're joking. I'm so stressed. I can't eat. I just have this water.
And KC Frinton wants to know if you had a favourite pre-match meal. I mean, these days they just do shakes, don't they?
Do they? I don't know.
I
have no idea. So it all depended. Sometimes if you were really hungry, because I don't have breakfast, it would be scrambled eggs and toast, or sometimes, just toast and jam and stuff like that. Tea, water, bits like that. Nothing too heavy.
Yeah. In the good days, I'd have a little Greek meze, because you knew you weren't going to throw up your meal. But now, we've been so bad that I tend not to eat during games. I've squashed that. So, and just by the way, we had a Rocky for James Bond. I think that's a good one. Good old eggs, and also Pires.
I was thinking Pires at the beginning, funny enough.
And MK wanted to know, KC, are you up for it? Come on, KC.
I'll be one of the villains if you want me in James Bond.
Oh, yeah, you'd be the villain.
I'll be a good villain.
Oh, you would, yeah.
Shut up, you. You're supposed to say no. bloody listen to her down there.
There'd be
Kev. Say no.
Kev Campbell.
Oh, she's never going to disagree with that one. This is a good one. I love this from Andrew Love. Your favorite fan song for an Arsenal player? My favorite was Freddie's Red Hair. Can't Take My Eyes Off of You. PG.
I loved Vieira's song. I really did, but I loved Kev's song, Super Kevin Campbell. But Ian, right. There's so many. I couldn't say my favourite, but the one I used to sing a lot when I was on holiday, I used to sing the Vieira song a lot. I remember being in Cyprus on a speedboat. It was like a party thing, and they played the Vieira song. I was just singing away, and there was a lot of Spurs fans because Cyprus is very split with Tottenham and Arsenal. And I remember getting abuse, and I was like, I don't care. I just sing it anyway.
I don't give a shit. Yeah, I
don't care.
Perry Groves is one. You don't know, but what is Perry Groves?
Oh God, it drove me mad.
It drives you mad, but it's catchy, man.
I know.
Okay, this one is my favourite, without doubt. He's French. He's quick. His name's a porno flick. Emmanuel.
I forgot about that, Danny. Actually, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was
Freddie. But Freddie's song was brilliant to sing because it just got louder and louder. It was just brilliant.
Awesome stuff. Okay, so this is a good one from Sofa King, your nan. Hello, that's an interesting name too. Wow. What's our favourite place to visit in England?
Bloody anywhere outside.
Anywhere we're allowed out. That's
anywhere
open.
We could go right now, for God's sake.
Okay, so my favourite place is Liverpool. I absolutely love the place. Absolutely. And Manchester's second because of this one. But yeah, really, really loved it. I've been there 4 or 5 times, all for football. But I've had the people I love. I don't care what anyone says. The restaurants are phenomenal. The shopping, the hotels, and the welcome you get. They're just too friendly. I just love it.
Hi, Cliff. A Luton Gooner at his desk working in Miami.
Oh, Miami.
We'd like to do a show from Miami. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Johnny Boy calling me and PG Bond villains. That doesn't make sense.
Well, do you know what I was thinking? We could.
Yes.
He could. I keep pointing the wrong way. He could be Charlie, and we could be his angels.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Well, but. You know, but then we'd never see KC because he'd be Charlie and that.
That's a bit like me and you, Sophie, because we hardly ever see this one down there.
Shut up!
Drop the mic.
I'm here.
I'm dropping it. There you go. Drop the mic.
Every bloody night.
Oh my gosh.
No, I know you're working. Can you not take banter or something?
Yeah. Don't get upset. Don't get upset. Look, we're doing so well. No one's had an argument yet. Yes, I like Cambridge too. I'm going to swing it back to the old question. Danny, I like Cambridge too in the summer, little bunting on the river. You get a nice little packed lunch and scotched eggs. You know, a little bit of champagne, scotched eggs, cucumber crustless sandwiches. Lovely.
Where's yours? Where's Kev said? Where's yours, Kev?
Well, I haven't answered either yet.
Oh, I thought you were in Cambridge.
You're
sorry.
You know, go on, Casey. After you.
So I like to visit London because I live outside London. So when I get to London, I see my parents, my mum, I see my family. That's what I like to visit. So I'm totally the opposite to where you guys want to go.
Yeah. Newcastle is fun and great night. Back in the day, I loved Manchester because there was an amazing club there called Applejacks that we used to love and go party at. Was just top notch.
I had the best time in Manchester in Canal Street. Oh, it was amazing. What a night.
Some great places to hang out. And I agree too, for solitude, Cornwall. It's got to be Cornwall.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what? England have got some amazing places. If we had the weather, you'd never need to go abroad.
Now, if we're allowed out, never mind the weather. If we're allowed out, we've got to be able to get. Come on, we've got to stop this. We've got to be able to get out now.
Let's just get out.
I know.
Bournemouth's lovely. I agree with Darren.
What'll be the first thing you guys will do on the next,
well, apart from seeing my parents, obviously, which I'm going to see next week because it's their wedding anniversary. And I'm going to stand on the driveway because that's all you can do. Oh, I love the square in Liverpool. Do you know what? There's so many things I want to do, but most of all, I want to go out with my girlfriends for dinner. And I just want to go and see my friend's new house. And, you know, I want to go out with Cole. I still haven't celebrated his 50th from a few months ago. There's so many things, Soph. We all just want to get back to some normality. It's been so long. Honestly,
it makes you appreciate, the things that maybe you take for granted, the normal things.
Well, do you know what, Kev?
Just to go and visit somebody and give them a hug.
My mum and stuff.
Yeah,
but one of the main things is getting back to my seat at the East Stand Upper. Let me tell you, there were times I used to moan going to the Emirates because I was tired, or I had to make arrangements to have my son at the time looked after, everything. But you know what? I tell you now, I will never, ever, ever, ever take for granted going to football, because if you're not a football person, and we all are, everyone in chat, everyone that watches this is. But when I talk to my friends, they do not get what I've lost and what everyone has lost up and down the country, across the world, if they're not allowed at football, what you've lost. And it is tough, but I won't take it for granted again.
All right. Very well put, PG. I think you speak for many of us when we say that we miss going to the football, and it has been very, very tough. And look, just simple things like this. Where'd it go? Gosh, this is moving so fast tonight. MK, our family, just missed our family, just being able to hug, the old family and hang out, and yell at each other after 5 minutes because, that kind of stuff. All right, we're coming close to the end of the show. Get any final questions that you want in. Ask us anything, football related or not. You're listening to the Highbury Squad. This is Lockdown Series, Volume 2, Episode 12. You guys, we've already got to 12 on Volume 2. We're going to keep going until this next lockdown is over, coming to you every single day. If there's a show that you would like to see us do, why don't you send us a little note? Lob us. Or make a pass, Dennis Bergkamp style, to the highburysquad@gmail.com. Let us know if there's a show out there you'd like us to do, and we will do it just for you. All right. I have to get one more question. So remember I said Louis had 2 questions. One was Tuesday Club related. And this one is not. Hold on one second. Where is it? No, this one is football related. Okay. Casey, you would have witnessed firsthand the change when George Graham came in as manager. Big egos moved on, strict rules in place, and no nonsense taken. Are you seeing a similar approach from Mikel now with the likes of Ozil gone? It's his way or the highway. And also, arguably, we are seeing the best youth coming into the team since that time. That is from Louis in London, a Gooner his entire life and a season ticket holder at the Emirates. Louis Dimitriou, thank you for your question.
Yeah, that's summed up in a nutshell, to be honest. Mikel Arteta, when he came in, he spoke about the culture, the changing of the culture. Mikel Arteta done his own way. He knew what that dressing room was like, let me tell you. He's not going to come in blind. He knew he was coming into. And obviously he knew it's going to take a bit of time, but I'm going to get the wrong uns out. And anybody who's leaving, they're the wrong uns that he needs to get out. And whether you're not needed just because you're, a Socrates, or if you're a Mesut Ozil, who is the highest paid player and it isn't working out for whatever, you've got to go. Clear the decks. It's all about the culture. George Graham, first thing he'd done when he came into Arsenal was change the culture. There was no messing around. There was no cliques or anything like that. Everyone was together. You done everything together. So everybody could focus. You're all focused on one thing, and that was beating them red men in Liverpool and them blue men, because at the time they were the 2 top teams. So this is what he needs, and Mikel Arteta's going to do it his way. We know it's a different time now, but the mentality still has to be the same. And I think he's going to do it. I think he's going to achieve it.
Mm. I think getting rid of these players in this window the way he has, and they do have, that is a really good sign, you guys. We've been waiting for this for such a long time, and he doesn't suffer fools. He's a teddy bear with a shotgun, Mikel Arteta. There is no doubt about that, and I'm here for it. Because the more he gets rid of these players we didn't want starting, we didn't want in the team, we're moving in the right direction. So very, very cool. Kari wants to know, great question, Louis, thank you. Carl wants to know our favourite TV show. I could tell you Amanda's. Selling Sunset.
No, it's one of them, but one of my favourite on Netflix is Fauda. I bloody love it. But I love thousands of shows, but The Real Housewives of New Jersey and Cheshire. I love all the rubbish. Towie, Made in Chelsea. I'm a reality girl, but I love thrillers and stuff like that. So yeah.
Casey, do you have a favourite show?
Hold on.
Everything,
Have you actually answered the question?
My favourite ever TV show probably is 24 and Fauda. I can't decide.
It's one. It's not two. One. Just
we'll have to go Fauda.
That was my show at Fox 24. I used to look after Kiefer and stuff. It was great. Just the best show to work on. I mean, what a crew, what a cast, unbelievable time. One of the highlights of my career was working on that show for sure. It was amazing. KC, do you have a favourite show?
Yeah, I do. It's a show called A Real McCoy, and it was a comedy show, and it was absolutely brilliant. It was my favourite back in the day. Yeah. And they've taken it off, and I think the BBC are having reruns on BBC.
What was that? Sorry,
on the BBC app. It's called the Real McCoy, and I think the BBC have got it on catch up. You know, where you could watch it on the app.
Yeah, replay. Yeah, so, just like we do our shows. Yay!
Yay!
Nice one. Yeah, I mean, English shows. I loved Only Fools and Horses, Minder, The Professionals, and things like Birds of a Feather back in the day. US shows, I just love Cheers, Friends, and I do like the odd kind of thriller. I love Ozark. I think Ozark's brilliant. Really good modern day TV stuff. Look, a really good suggestion from the Real Captain. We should do a show on what we think Arsenal's greatest goals are.
Well, there's loads of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good one. It's a good one.
The Crown's brilliant. I love The Crown.
The Sopranos is just Fresh Prince. I was never really big on Fresh Prince. My bit too young for me, I think, at the time. Fresh Prince, Harry Enfield was always funny. And some good stuff. All right, you guys, I think that is going to be it. Just so you know, next week, some of our shows are going to be a little bit shorter as well. With some of the shows that we do, like the player profile and also with the fan forum, we want to give everyone the opportunity to ask as many questions as possible. The goal is for us to do this every Friday. Love how we all get together and just talk football and also a little bit of life and pop culture. It's good. Felt like a really, really good hug today, didn't it?
Yeah. A Gooner hug.
Yeah, a Gooner hug.
Lovely.
Yes.
Always nice.
Yes. Great show, everyone. Fantastic stuff. We are not going to be back for the post-game show for the FA Cup. See, look, everyone's asking for Sophie time. I mean, it's just...
We're already in Sophie time.
We've done an hour and 25 minutes nearly.
We're already in Sophie time. Sophie kept quiet. Have you noticed?
Hilarious.
We just kept running and running and running.
What are you guys doing this weekend? Let the fam jam here on the pod know. What's everyone doing this weekend?
Well, pre-match tomorrow, I'm going on a nature walk with a friend of mine and a dog, socially distanced, and that's that. And then watching football. And then I've got stuff to do at home because I'm just working like mental at the moment. So,
okay, Casey, everyone's the big fight. You watching the big fight, Casey?
No.
Yeah, it's
don't interest me.
Yeah. I mean, is anyone really interested in seeing Conor McGregor after he's vowed? And these retirement people. And Casey, you should come out of retirement. Let's make this happen. Let's get your boots back on. Let's go.
No. Listen,
right.
I've earned my retirement.
You have.
I can take my time. I'd look after myself. I will watch all the football, watch basketball, NFL tomorrow. That's what I love as well. I'm into the NFL. So I've got the weekend coming up and it's a sporty weekend. And Arsenal are playing, which is great.
Excellent. We also had a little Tottenham fan in the room tonight who I think has enjoyed some comments from, it's lovely to know that we're attracting Spurs fans. That's when you know you're doing right, when they're checking in on your show, that's for sure. So thanks for listening. And one of the questions in the room was, tell us about whether Spurs will get Spursy. We'll answer that for you next week. How about that?
Hope
Until
so.
then, PG, tell everyone.
I will, but I want to thank everybody for a start coming to join us on our fan forum. Thank you for all my friends that did videos and friends of the show and the voice notes. We love all this. So thank you for joining us. Thanks, So, for doing lockdown with Kev. You two are brilliant. But always Arsenal.